Growing up, I saw hunting as this evil, gruesome thing. I couldn't really comprehend why anyone would get out there and kill an animal and make it suffer. You know, my family came over from New York to Washington in the 90s, so they never really had much exposure to hunting, so it was never a part of our family. But they did have a passion for the outdoors, so I was in a backpack on my dad's shoulders, camping, hiking, backpacking before I could even walk. And that translated into the love that I found for mountaineering and backpacking in my later years of high school. You know, I love the planning, the time, the commitment, everything that went into making a good expedition possible. It was around that time that I also got interested in conservation. I kind of cycled through being vegan and vegetarian most of my life and viewed that as the only real way you could be a good environmentalist. But all that really changed going into my freshman year of college. I met my now boyfriend, Brian, on a Forest Service road. He was driving one way and I was parked. And we had a mutual friend, had never met, but we really hit it off. And our first date was shooting guns and shooting clay pigeons. And that was the first time I had held a gun, let alone shot one. And it was eye-opening. You know, I had this preconceived notion that guns were scary and dangerous, and while they are, it's so easy to be safe with them. And I realized that I had so many deep-held misconceptions of what I thought the world was. And I spent those next couple months kind of getting to know his perspective. He grew up in a family that did hunt. A couple of his family members are guides in Kodiak, Alaska, Gardner, Montana, places like that. So he is kind of the antithesis of what I was growing up. And I had a lot to learn from him. We started officially dating that September, and we were driving down a Forest Service road in Montana, and he shot a rabbit, and that was the first time I had seen something die. And it was a lot less gruesome than what I expected it to be. You know, he was very sustainable with the way that he used every single part of the rabbit. He took a clean shot, made sure that the animal didn't suffer. And it was just, that also was a very eye-opening experience. And I kind of followed him around duck hunting over the next couple months and realized that the same things I loved about backpacking and alpine climbing were the same thoughts and details that went into hunting, except you had to worry about your scent and what you looked like to animals, if they could see you, and sound, and all of those other factors that I don't consider when I'm out in the backcountry backpacking or climbing or anything like that. But I think there's just really a deep-rooted misconception of what hunting is in society. You know, most people eat meat, but also most people don't think hunting is good. But it's like, where do you think your meat comes from? And you can't judge someone by the way they were brought up, but I think hunting is given a bad rap for no reason. You know, a lot of people, they eat the meat, but they don't like to see where it comes from. But we're in a kind of crossroads with our society right now where everyone's recognizing that we're not living sustainably, but no one really knows how we're going to transition to living sustainably. And I think hunting could be a really good tool for that. Hunters are really involved in conservation. They're one of the main reasons why we have public land access that we do today. And I think the sustainability movement and conservationists have so much to learn from hunters, and they have so much to offer. I'm really excited to be able to maybe get out there and start duck hunting next year. I want to get over the hurdle that is watching animals get shot and get skinned, because right now I can't really handle that. But I would like to get to the point where I could live sustainably and know where my meat comes from, know where my food comes from, and really get to know the land from a different point of view. So my name's Aimee, and this is my why.